All right, what's going on? I wanted to try out this StreamYards, and I'm just broadcasting on YouTube right now, but this allows me to go on a lot of different platforms. So I wanted to see if I can get anybody to tune in and just kind of try this out, see if I can do some live events. And so I thought I'd start out with a talk about crypto in general, see if we can get some people on for the live event, and I can start going on this. But I was actually speaking to a friend of mine who he is a hedge fund, crypto hedge fund manager, and so I'd like to bounce ideas off of him to see what the 'cause here's the thing, with everything in general, whether it's about different ideas and politics and new things happening, and also in crypto, I like to talk to a lot of different opinions on the matter, right? Because you don't want to just get stuck in an echo chamber. And so I like to talk to people that are, crazy bullish. I like to talk to people that think that it's all in a bubble and it's all going to go to zero. And you listen to different opinions and you get an idea. You can. I got a comment. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, good. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Also, this is the first time I'm using Streamlabs, so just seeing how this works. Let me know if there's any hiccups or anything like that. I'll get the paid thing if this works out, and then I can go on all several different platforms. But right now I'm just doing it to YouTube. So anyways, so I was talking to a friend of mine, and we're talking about crypto, and obviously there's a lot of different opinions on it. Okay. And this is something that I've talked to people for a long time who have I have lots of friends who are basically retired in their 30s because they've invested they've bought some sort of crypto, usually Bitcoin, and it's just gone up. Right. Okay. And so I realize all the potential, but at the same time, I also listen to people that are, skeptical, and I don't just dismiss that. I try to have a well-rounded opinion. So what I see is that basically we have three different camps. Okay, so you have the people that when it first started, because this is how I have known people that have known about it for so long. 10 years is, it started out with basically a libertarian or anarchist, crypto anarchist, crypto hippie, whatever type of ideal that it's basically going to privatize money and take the central banks down, take the government down, and all that. Okay, so that was kind of the original idea of crypto. Bitcoin is that it's going to allow people to, since it's all going to be hidden from the governments, that basically the Federal Reserve is not going to be able to handle the handling the money supply anymore, and they'll lose control, and that we'll all go into this this kind of utopia of very decentralized currencies and all this type of thing. This is also what was explained in The Sovereign Individual, which is a book that I read in college extensively. I really love this book for a long time, and it was like my Bible. So that's what was explained in that. And so I understand that model, but I also I understand that camp of where it's going. And you also have those that are now what I see. And every time that there's a big a big run up bull market in the market, you see a lot of people that they look at all the big money supposedly, or big corporations that are jumping on the bandwagon, and they think that is a good thing, and that obviously it's going to make the price go up. But I see that as a separate camp from those that think that this is going a completely decentralized currency. It's going to get us away from the central banks. If you think that this is all good, that big banks are now embracing it, and that big corporations are embracing it, and all this kind of thing, basically you're embracing the regulation that's going to bring about, because right now the big corporations are nothing but arms of the government, right, of these nation states. I mean, I don't see how, especially with all these COVID lockdowns and everything else, you can't understand that, we don't have some sort of a free market, that corporations are like different from the government. I mean, especially the tech companies. These tech companies, I mean, we go into it a lot, but that's a whole nother discussion. But there's a lot to be said that tech companies are basically just, put into place by people within the government. All right. And I mean, they're certainly regulated and allowed and given money to be in power and to do what they're doing. All right. And then you have those that just say it's a bubble. Or there's some that say it's a bubble. I guess there's four. Now that I'm thinking about it, you have those that say it's a bubble, it's all going to go away. And then you have others that say whether it's a bubble or not, what we're doing is we're building infrastructure for our own enslavement. Okay, so that basically this whole Davos and World Economic Forum crowd is central banks and the rest of it. They talk openly about hijacking the blockchain and all this type of stuff for basically technocratic control. Okay, so there are people that think that it's a bad thing, and people are spending time on building these crypto infrastructure, blockchain infrastructure, in order for digital banks, central bank digital currencies to basically hijack the infrastructure. Now, I just think that it's interesting because it could be possible that, so for instance, this guy at Real Vision, Raoul Pal, who's a big, super bull on everything Bitcoin. I mean, you can't get any more bullish than that, right? He thinks that's pretty much the only, he thinks that that's like the only thing you could put your money in, right? Like there's nothing else. There's nothing else but Bitcoin. I mean, not even altcoins. I mean, Bitcoin, that's it. No other asset class, no other whatever. All right. And I think that there's it could be that both the people that think we're building our own prison and that people that are super bulls like that are the same. I mean, because it's only how you look at the world that we're going into, right? So we have these technologies, and it seems that we're going to move farther and farther along this trajectory. So even in this recent video that Raoul Pal put out that was very bullish on Bitcoin, he was talking about in the future, people hanging out with their friends online and basically trading, so like with these NFTs, people trading real estate, virtual real estate. But he was saying, oh, this is going to be really cool. People will be able to go with their virtual reality and buy real estate and live in their virtual condo or whatever. Now, that is what the people that, are think that you're building your own prison. That's exactly what they're talking about, right? So it's just how you view that world. Do you think that that's good? I mean, maybe it's good. Well, I mean, I guess that's up to you. If you think that that's a world that you think is positive or you want to live in, or if you want to reject it completely, right? So there's a lot of people that just want to go and move out into the wilderness and stuff like that. And I understand that because they completely reject that kind of world. So in that case, even if the price does go up, right? So if people could make a ton of money in digital currencies, is that's a world that they want to live in? Well, I mean, I guess that's up to you, right? And so I think that there's nobody. The way that I look at it, there's no such thing as an expert in the crypto market. It's less than 10 years old. I mean, even insurance markets, right, which are some of the most established markets in the world, are still going through innovation. People are finding, it's still growing, and it's still, people are still learning to do new things and stuff like that. So all different markets are, people are learning things. So a market that less than 10 years old is very new. And I really don't think anybody you could really call an expert, right? I mean, we've been through a few bull markets and crashes. And so that's really, I mean, it's enough to know a little bit, but I can't really say I think that anybody's necessarily an expert or, especially all the people that, I mean, I think to me, it's super cringe to see all these people that, are just, oh, it's going to go to $100,000, next month. Oh, it's going to go, like, you're just making shit up. You know what I mean? It's anybody that's like knows about fundamental analysis, technical analysis knows that this is very volatile and, a risky type of situation that we're in. Anybody with a steady head, so you can't just say for sure this is going there, that's going there. Nobody knows. Nobody knows in regular stable markets. Definitely not in markets that can just drop regularly by 20%. So that, I think that one of the biggest things that gets on my nerves whenever there's a crypto bull market is you get all these people that just get in the market in like 2 months or whatever, 3 months, 6 months, and all of a sudden they think they're experts, and they're just, because it's gone up, right? And the number goes up, and then they just think they're experts on everything, and they want to tell everybody else that they're stupid and they're going to be poor. That's like, it's just retarded. Like that's not how a regular investment works. You have to like study, takes time to learn how to control your emotions on trading. Trading, one of the biggest things that you have to put down your emotions to learn how to trade with, whether you're doing technical analysis or fundamental analysis. You got to learn about the specific market and all this type of stuff, and it takes a long time, right? So, anyways, I think that all the people, coming out now, it's like a really tired meme with the laser eyes and all these people that want to tell everybody that, they're gonna, that they enjoy being poor or whatever, just because they bring some sort of a logical criticism to the table. I think that's really cringe and annoying, and people should stop doing that. But anyways, I thought one of the major things I wanted to point out is that perhaps the people that really hate crypto in general because they think that we're building our own prison, and those that embrace it, but not to take down central banks, but embrace it because it's going to allow digital currencies and all this type of stuff, and an easier financial system. That's basically, they both could be right at the same time. It just depends on how you want to look at the future of, I think there's no way around it at this point. I mean, perhaps I'm wrong, but we are going to be using the internet, and it's going to, all these tools are going to be, facilitated, and people are going to develop things on these platforms. So as far as the how it was originally set out, to be honest with you, what I was talking about with the anarchist view of it, where it's going to take down central banks and all this type of stuff, I'll be honest with you, I do not think that that's how this is going to play out. I think that's probably the least likely scenario, and the reason is because statism, or about the people that the anarchist libertarian view of it, what they don't like about the system, it's built in people's heads. Statism is an ideology, right? So people believe in authority, people believe in accepting the currency from the central banks because they're taught to, and because they want to, and they pay taxes because they're told to. This is all an ideology, and technology might help some of us on the fringe if we want to get around that. But for the most part, people are going to accept it. People are going to accept the central bank currency if it's digital or not. And so let's see. Gabriel says opt-in prisons are great. The lazy turds are going to climb into cyberspace and self-select themselves out of the gene pool. Yeah, I think that's possible, right? And so I think that these technologies will be there for people that want to opt out, people that want to use it, they can. But I think that I don't see evidence, especially with all these COVID lockdowns that are completely illogical, that the idea of statism or authoritarianism in people's heads is going away just because of the technology. If anything, I see it's like on the rise. So it perhaps can give us a tool to fight, like within, or to live parallel, or to build parallel ideals until, I mean, maybe eventually go away or something like that. But I don't think it's something that we're going to see, very quickly take down the central bank cabal or whatever. I mean, they really got a grip on people psychologically. They have them trained. And so maybe it can help some of us. And also, as far as the other one, the kind of the Peter Schiff idea that it's a bubble. I mean, I think that we could be in bubble territory right now. There's a lot. I always look at bubbles kind of as psychological. I look at what people's psychology that are in the crypto at the time. And again, like I was saying before, if I see a bunch of newbies that are just saying a bunch of stupid shit and don't even understand the fundamentals or the technology and all this type of stuff, then we're probably getting pretty frothy, right? And I think that, I mean, well, we'll see, because it's so kind of crazy right now. Like I said, nobody can really, use a crystal ball and know what's really going to go on. But when I look at psychology of a lot of people just jumping in that don't know what they're doing just because they're getting greedy, they don't understand, they have nothing to do with liberty or any sort of philosophical understanding, then it gets to me like, okay, this might be a frothy market. So that's really quick. I just wanted to throw out a few ideas. I was talking to a friend of mine and thought that it would be fun to do a live stream. I hope this is coming over well. This is the first time I've used StreamYards, and I'll do it on all different platforms in the future. But I just wanted to try this out first. So please let me know if you can hear me well, if you can see me well. I'm going to try to do a pretty funny screen share here. I'm going to do a video that has been going around lately. It's gone kind of viral. And so I thought I'd kind of make fun of this before I sign off and see what you guys think. Okay, let me see if I can do this. All right. All right. So hopefully this my computer works all right with this. All right, there we go. Boom. So this was a video that's going around lately, that or today or so or whatever. I guess it came out a few months ago, but people have been talking about it, and it's basically like the CIA now has they're, I guess even them, it's so funny because now in the States, the economy is so horrible. I mean, it is objectively, right? Even though the stock market's going up, but now that people are, a lot of businesses are opening, all this type of stuff, people don't want to hire. Or, I'm sorry, people don't want to get a job. People do want to hire. People are desperate to hire, but people don't want to get a job because they're getting all these stimulus checks, unemployment. They don't have to pay their rent and all this stuff. So even the CIA is putting out, these propaganda videos trying to get people to join. And this one has been going around the internet today. It's gone kind of viral, and I thought it was pretty funny. So I'll just play some of it here. It's like the woke CIA. Now, remember, this is the organization that, basically what they do for a living is go around and stage coups and overthrow regimes and, set up like mass murder and all this type of stuff. But we got especially.
When I was 17,
can you guys hear that?
Zora Neale Hurston's "How It Feels to Be Colored Me" in my college application essay. The line that spoke to me stated simply, "I am not tragically colored. There is no sorrow dammed up in my soul nor lurking behind my eyes. I do not mind at all."
Let me know if you guys can hear that.
At 17, I had no idea what life would bring, but Zora's sentiment articulated so beautifully how I felt as a daughter of immigrants then and now. Nothing about me was or is tragic. I am perfectly made. I can wax eloquent on complex legal issues in English while also belting Guayaquil de mis amores in Spanish.
So basically, I don't know where this lady's from, right? So she's from Latin America somewhere, and she's talking about how she can like speak, she can recite all these things from Latin America, the pueblo, right? But she's joined the frickin' CIA. You know what the hell the CIA has done to Latin America within the last like 30 years? I mean, this is a joke. This is so funny.
With one hand and console a crying toddler with the other. I'm a woman of color. I am a mom. I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder.
I mean, you talk about the oppression Olympics. This is so funny. I mean, I know that these government organizations have been doing this for a long time, but I don't know. I just thought this is so classic. That she goes through all the different, oppression Olympics of why she is at the CIA.
I am intersectional, but my existence is not a box-checking exercise.
Yeah, right.
I am a walking declaration, a woman whose inflection does not rise at the end of her sentences.
Lots of white guys there on the walls.
Suggesting that a question has been asked. I did not sneak into CIA.
Look at this guy, Brennan. She holds up a picture of her with Brennan, who is like a criminal who right now is just pushing all kinds of legislation that anybody to the to the right of Hillary Clinton is basically a terrorist. Libertarians, he said the other day on CNN, I believe it was, are domestic terrorists and they need to round them up and all this type of stuff. So there she is. That's great.
My employment was not and is not the result of a fluke or slip through the cracks. I earned my way in, and I earned my way up the ranks of this organization.
Yeah, okay.
I am educated, qualified, and competent, and sometimes I struggle. I struggle feeling like I could do more, be more to my two sons, and I struggle leaving the office when I feel there's so much more to do. I used to struggle with imposter syndrome, but at 36, I refuse to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be. I am tired of feeling like I'm supposed to apologize for the space I occupy rather than intoxicate people with my effort.
Who is telling her to apologize for the space she occupies? She's just like making this stuff up.
I am proud of me. Full stop.
Full stop. Now they got like meme language in the CIA, right? They're going to say like full stop.
Everything they knew and loved to expose me to opportunities they never had. Because of them, I stand here today a proud first generation.
Look at the heels. Like those are the clear heels. Why would you wear that?
Latina and officer at CIA. I am unapologetically me. I want you to be unapologetically you, whoever you are. Know your worth. Command your space. Mija,
look at this. I'm not going to play anymore. But look at that. Like, first of all, why do you need to wear a shirt that to say that you're worth it? I mean, if you're worth it, you're worth it. I don't need to walk around with a shirt that says like I'm valuable. And what is this, like a communist thing, feminist thing? I mean, so you're going to walk around the CIA, right? So you're willing to tell me that the CIA is like a feminist commie organization? I mean, I just think that this is so classic because I don't know. There's a lot of people, on the left and right and all over the spectrum that, Glenn Greenwald has pointed this out a lot, that they just use these type of, social issues as a cover to continue the exact thing, the same type of imperialism, empire, whatever that they're complaining about. I mean, this is a perfect example. So now they just paint it with, as long as you have a woman of color going and setting up bomb campaigns and across the world or whatever, then it's all good. And we just got like this multicultural and transgender empire of oppression. And so that's what we have now. They just switched it over so that they're more than happy to talk about these type of social issues as long as you don't talk about class issues, meaning, the banks and the big corporations getting giant bailouts and ripping everybody off. And we're just fighting amongst each other, men and women and different races and all this type of stuff. And so I just thought that was really hilarious. And this went viral today. So anyways, wanted to try out a screen share and try out the StreamYard. So I hope that you like this, and I will do some podcasts, getting some different equipment and stuff like that, and have some other ideas. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.